You're watching the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. We got jerseys available. You see the link down there, chatsports.com/Chiefs jerseys. Pick up a new jersey for the upcoming season for just less than $100. Let's get started with William Keene using hashtag Chiefs. Who do you think the Chiefs will go with as backup quarterback or quarterbacks with the new practice squad rules? So a little background on what he's talking about there with the practice squad. Obviously, due to the coronavirus, the NFL made the very smart move of extending the practice squad from 10 players to 16 for the upcoming season. It was already going to go up to 12. That had already been approved in the new CBA. We'll see if it goes back down to 12 next year. But for this year, it's 16. You can call up to 2 players each week on game days. For the active roster, you can do that up to twice for each player. If you want to bring up a player more than 2 times, you got to promote him to the active roster. So that's kind of the practice squad changes for 2020. As far as the backup quarterback position goes, I think Matt Moore would be my choice as the number 1 backup. I have him as QB3, though, because Chad Henne got signed over Matt Moore earlier in the offseason. They did decide to bring in Matt Moore later on. And then, of course, they brought in Jordan Ta'amu, who played pretty well in the XFL, and then cut Shea Patterson after he went undrafted in the NFL draft. They ended up signing him early on, but then they brought in Matt Moore and cut Shea Patterson. It's going to be interesting to see, though, because Kansas City last year carried 3 once Henne came back and healthy. They carried Patrick Mahomes, Chad Henne, and Matt Moore on the active roster. Will they push one of those guys at the practice squad? Will they just cut one of those guys? We'll have to wait and see. I think Jordan Ta'amu will be on the practice squad. But what do you guys think about the true backup spot? Forget how many they're going to carry. Who will be Patrick Mahomes' backup? Type MM for Matt Moore, type CH for Chad Henne. If it's based on what I saw last year, I'm typing my MM for Matt Moore. He played really well in limited time last season. Now, are you a part of Chiefs Kingdom? Are you fired up for the upcoming season? If you are, if you're a big Chiefs fan, like this video. And look, every once in a while, Broncos fans like to infiltrate this channel. You guys can give us a thumbs up, too. I know you guys like to watch the best team in the AFC West, but just give us a thumbs up on this video. Drop a like if you're ready for the season and if you are a part of Chiefs Kingdom. Next up on our mailbag, Ed on time. Do you think Mahomes will throw the behind-the-back pass in a game? If you don't know what Ed is referring to here, he was seen earlier this offseason during a workout about a month ago, I would say now, trying and completing a backhand pass. Did a 3-step drop, threw it behind his back, and the running back out of the backfield, whoever it was able to catch it. Now, we've seen him do some trickster type of throws in the past. He completed a left-handed throw against the Broncos during his first year as a starter. It was this play right here. Now, it was actually a critical one to get a first down late in that game on a drive that ultimately gave the Chiefs the lead. It was completed to Tyreek Hill. Obviously, the no-look pass that same season against Baltimore. Tried it again this year against the Chargers in Week 1, and that throw ended up in about the 4th row of the crowd as he overthrew a wide-open Travis Kelce. So he ended up not trying that one again this year. But, it's fun. I'd like to see it in the preseason. But I want to see it in a real game. Maybe if the Chiefs are up like 3 touchdowns and they're playing the Raiders, because we know that's how that's going to go. But let me know what you guys think. I'll make this the pinned comment. We're having fun here on the Chiefs Report. Do you want to see Mahomes try this, a behind-the-back pass, in a real game? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. You guys can answer right there. Mr. Awesome 360 using hashtag Chiefs. What do you think the Chiefs' record is going to be? It's tough to say, right? You look at it last year, 12-4, obviously, won the AFC West for the 4th time in 5 seasons. I expect this team to win the division again this year. And if you look at the past 5 seasons overall, it's been a 10-plus win team, and I do think that's the floor. 10-6 is the floor. That's if, there's some injuries, you lose some tight games. Obviously, teams are going to be hunting the Chiefs this year, trying to take them down as the Super Bowl champs, and the schedule's a little bit tougher in 2020. So I'm not going to be biased guy here and be like, 14-2, 15-1. This is probably a 10-win at the worst, 13-win team at the best, right? It's hard to win 14 games. Baltimore going 14-2 last year, that's not easy to do, guys. It's very, very difficult. There's tough games on this schedule. Teams are going to be bringing their best against Kansas City. 11, 12 wins is probably where this team sits again. They've been 12-4 the past 2 years. That feels about right again this year, and they'll be right in the mix for that number 1 seed in the AFC. This team's very good. They're not going to go undefeated, though, guys. As much as I'd love to see it, it's just too hard to do in the NFL. But I'll let it up to you guys, leave it up to you guys. Predict the Chiefs' record for the 2020 NFL season. Let me know what you guys think, how many wins, how many losses, just for the regular season in 2020. Now, we talked about Patrick Mahomes a little bit earlier. We got his jersey and several other Chiefs players available for less than $100. When you go to this link, chatsports.com/Chiefs jerseys. Lots of the red ones available. Got some white ones available as well, the away uniforms. Chatsports.com/Chiefs jerseys. Love the Travis Kelce look as well. Tyrann Mathieu, McCole Hardman. We got tons of them available. Some of the legend ones, too. If you want a Derek Thomas jersey, it's at that link, chatsports.com/Chiefs jerseys. I'll put that link in the comments and in the description. You guys can shop and get yourselves a new jersey today. Freddie Martinez, do you think the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl and three-peat like the Bulls did with Michael Jordan? Let's cross-pollinate today. We'll compare to the NBA and MJ and the Bulls. Look, you got a long way to go for Mahomes and the Chiefs to be like Jordan and the Bulls. They did a three-peat, and they did it twice. And that was after Jordan retired for about a year and a half. So we're not quite there yet, right? Maybe if Dee Ford doesn't line up offsides, we're talking about going for the three-peat this year, but that's no guarantee. They would have had to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl and then win it again last year. Would they have won last year had they won the year before? We'll never know because it didn't happen. Now, Patrick Mahomes, early on in his career, is looking like the Michael Jordan of the NFL, but it's very early, guys. This kid has started 31 games. He's 24 years old. He's still a baby. We've got a long way to go here. Now, are the Chiefs and Mahomes well on their way to being historic and being great? They're already great, but it takes a long time and a lot of track record to be like MJ and the Bulls were in the 90s. Kind of two separate dynasties there, spearheaded by him and, of course, Phil Jackson. Can Andy Reid and Mahomes be like that? Can they be like Belichick and Brady? I think it's possible, but it's very early on in the process. I hope it happens, but a three-peat, it's actually never happened in the NFL in the Super Bowl era. Hadn't happened. Packers did it pre-Super Bowl era, never happened in the Super Bowl era. Will the Chiefs three-peat either now, winning the next two, or at any point in Mahomes' career? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. It's too hard. I'm going to type my 2 for no. If Dee Ford hadn't lined up offsides, it'd be possible, but I'm going to have to say my 2 for no.